So wondering about this, if you talk about AI programs, what are some of the frequent mistakes people or organizations make when setting up these AI programs, and what makes them more successful? Because you touch upon the mindset, the collaboration between different type of people that have different experiences and knowledge levels. What are some of the mistakes that you see organizations make?
So there are a couple of things. Maybe I'll start with the ones with the examples where I've seen this work particularly well. In those examples, the customers that I have worked with in previous roles really defined what the objective was from the very beginning. Why are we looking at AI? What do we want to achieve? In many of these cases, it was around shared service centers, and the finance example that I gave, for example. So naturally, there is concern. There's maybe a bit of distrust. Well, if you put in this automation or this AI thing, does it mean I'll be out of a job in a couple of months because that thing, you tell me, can do the job much better and much faster and much cheaper than I can? So setting the expectation that, hey, that is actually not what we want to accomplish. Yes, we do want more automation. We do want to reduce our costs, but we also need you, and we need your unique expertise, not only to look at the exceptions, but what would you do if, say, 60% or 80% of your time was now freed up because we have this AI thing that takes care of the boring, mundane stuff. And you can follow up with the customers and say, hey, so you were supposed to make that payment a week ago. We still haven't gotten it. You know, what's going on in your business? Are you all right? Should we change the terms? When can we expect that payment? So these kind of things, you know, where you have a much more personal connection and a human connection, and let the AI really worry about the other things. So getting that point across, that it's not to replace people, but rather to augment them and to help them, and genuinely do that. I think that's key. The other part is, and to your question, what should people not do? I would say, do not treat AI as any IT project, as any other IT project, because it is so much more complex. Like I said, the people dimension, data privacy dimensions, how do we get access to data? Certainly a business dimension as well, because we're not just doing that in a vacuum or for our own passion of seeing how we can get the last percentage points when we tweak that model. Certainly all good and relevant aspects, but at the end of the day, we do want to drive business outcomes with it. Again, increase automation, reduce repetitive tasks, maybe get better insights, give better recommendations to your customers, whether it's, you know, like the classic examples like Netflix and better recommendations for movies, or in an e-commerce scenario, better recommendations for products or combinations of products, or upsell. You know, customers who've bought this have also bought that. But really, it's about the value that you want to create for that business. And when all of that comes together, and maybe even when you want to market that data product externally, and you want to bring in your marketing and sales teams on how you do that, that's really a 360-degree view. So I would say, take that approach and make yourself aware that it takes a lot more than just data, which is still at the core.